Welcome, Taurus, to your daily read. We're going to have a look at the inner child to see what messages we need to know today. So what do Taurians need to know? What do Taurians need to know? What do Taurians need to know? What do Taurians need to know today? That's enough shuffling. Let's have a look. So, what we have here for yourself, Child of Hearts. The Child of Hearts. So you may be looking at Taurian, the home, traditionally very Taurian, but Goldilocks here is very curious to look at other ways of living. So maybe yourselves today are just really contemplating what other people are living like and how they're living like and how that relates to your life. You can see here that there's a bird with some eggs. So maybe some of you are thinking, what would it like to expand my family? Now here the bears are very organized people, which is very Taurian, can be very earth, very grounded. So she's looking at the possibilities of other cultures and other ways of dealing with things. So you can see here that there are plants also on the window. There are two of them. So the two plants here are signifying maybe parents, maybe she's questioning her parents and how that outlook can determine in her life. So for some of you, the possibilities of babies, children, and looking at further expansion can also come from within. So what aspects within your heart can make the journey into the unknown more plausible? Now you can see here with Goldilocks, the story is that she tries, is it 3 things she tries? Porridge, chairs and beds. 3 is always the magic number in a lot of things. Spirituality, realization, but for her she tastes first, so that can be the physical. So what things in life at the moment are you consuming? Are you consuming too much or too little, or is it right? And I'm not talking about food here, I'm talking about what are you consuming in your life. Are you consuming rubbish, what people are telling you? Or are you consuming too much painful memories? Or what is it that you're consuming? So that's a question that it will be interesting for yourselves to ask if you want to. So then she goes along and sits on some chairs. So this is her physicality of knowing, can she venture in her circumstances at the moment? Can she take the risk? Is she risk taking or not? That's another question that you might want to ask yourself. And the third thing she does is go to sleep. Now she's very tired after all this trying out and consuming and trying things like that. But where is she comfortable on? What bed is she resting on? Is it too big? Is it just right? Or is it still too hard, too soft? These aspects are, where are you laying yourself down? Are you being too hard on yourself? Are you not being gentle on yourself? Or are you treating yourself just right? So these are all interesting questions for Taurians to ask today. Gosh, that was long-winded, wasn't it? Sometimes this happens. Right, okay, so we have the Seeker of Swords. Of what direction? What direction are we actually seeking to go forth? We've already found a little house that wasn't ours, but could be. So do we want to continue on that journey, finding other people's homes? Or are we going to stay with our own home? Or are we just not going to have a home? we're quite comfortable wherever we are, and the security in that is vast. That was a lot quicker than that one. There was a reason. So then we come on to, in the later stage, the Guide of Wands. Now, this is about eradicating certain aspects in your life. What can you eradicate from your life that's no longer serving you? This is quite a serious aspect for Taurians. So it's almost like if someone's giving you false hope, false dreams, this is also an aspect. Are you in charge of yourself? Are you in two directions? Do I go with what they're saying, or do I go with what I believe in? To what purpose do I need to go forth? So this is taking action, definitely taking action on a lot of aspects. So if you're thinking of moving home, what action do you need to take? So let's see what stage we are with the moon. Right, so your commitment is being tested. It's the first quarter of the moon and your commitment is being tested. So maybe this decision that you're trying to make at the moment is in two minds. Maybe are you serious about moving, changing complete different aspects in home life? Or are you going to follow somebody else's tune? Are you going to be the leader or the follower? So this is very interesting aspects, but mainly I think it's to do a lot with relationships and home life and the expansion or the not expansion. You may even find eventually that you want to move completely out of your environment altogether, but that we'll look at that another time, unless you want to look at it today. Right, thanks for listening, Taurians, and I wish you all the best today. Lots of love.